Welcome to Peak Performance Leadership's Monday Leadership Minute, where I, Chief Leadership Officer Scott McCarthy, get you set up for your week with this quick, dirty, raw, to the point topic that either you, the audience, has asked me or something that's near and dear to my heart. And if you're looking for a bigger show, more in-depth show, don't worry, I have you covered with the big show on Wednesdays. And for anything else around our ecosystem, be sure to check out movingforwardleadership.com for all your leadership needs. And now, let's get your week started to rock with this week's Monday Leadership Minute. Hey. Yes, it is Scott McCarthy, your Chief Leadership Officer. And it's so great to be here with you today. And we're going to be talking about a topic that is uber important, super important, and one that comes up all the time, especially in our free Facebook group. So if you're interested in joining us there, feel free to go to movingforwardleadership.com/group, and that will just send you right to it. And you can join the, 1,600 other leaders who are having conversations daily with myself all about leadership. Anyway, we're talking today about conflict, as you saw that. And it's kind of off of the dovetail of last week's episode with Kwame Christian, all about negotiation and conflict resolution. And my point this week is simple. Us as leaders, we need to run into conflict. We cannot shy away from it. You know why? Because conflict is actually good. You see, we're in conflict daily, by the hour sometimes. I just had a conflict with my children before coming and hitting record with this because, they just don't want to go to sleep tonight for whatever reason. Now, that is that type of conflict. But there's also good types of conflict, right? It's that type of conflict where you're there and like, oh, I need to do this, can't do it. Yes, I can do it. And you have that internal conflict, and suddenly you do it, and you're like, boom, yes, got it done. And we see that with our teams. We can see that with our organization, where the organization is struggling to strive, and then suddenly it hits that point, and it launches itself forward. So my point is that as leaders, we can't shy away from conflict. Too many people have the mindset of, I'm going to avoid conflict. I'm basically going to what I call ostrich, i.e. take my head, and shove it into the sand and hope that conflict disappears. Guess what? It's not. And in fact, if anything, the conflict's going to get worse. The longer you wait to resolve or at least approach conflict, the worse it's going to get. Now, do I mean every time that we have a disagreement or our team members have a disagreement, we need to dive in there instantly? No, right? You have to use your judgment here. But if you see, two team members throughout the week just continually conflicting with each other, now we need to dive in. That time where they have a little issue over the water cooler or the space for their lunch in the fridge. Well, let's be realistic here and understand that sometimes people need to work out their own conflicts. But when conflict is spewing outside of two members into the rest of the team, we cannot avoid it. We need to dive into it. And that is where you as the leader need to step up. You need to address it. You need to get this under wraps and squared away so that your team can what? Hit peak performance. That's right. Without addressing it, your team is not going to hit peak performance because guess what's going to happen? People are suddenly going to start taking sides. People are going to, squirrel and get distracted with this conflict that's ongoing. So, through that conflict, the goal is to not divide and conquer them, but rather get them to sort out their conflict, understand what is going on, to basically come to some kind of agreement, and in the end, The conflict is going to help them grow as team members, and the goal is to get them together tighter. That's what I got for you this week, ladies and gentlemen. Don't avoid conflict. Run into it and do your job as a leader. As always, it's great to have you here listening to me and as well supporting the community, because Lord knows we need more leaders out there, not bosses. And that is it. So remember, as always, lead, don't boss. Take care now.